Hey, everybody, it's Patrick
And I'm Greg.
with the next in our series of Advent Calendar Reveals featuring retro computers that we've all used.
All right, excellent. What do we have today, Patrick?
Okay, Greg, for today, we have the Texas Instruments entry into the personal computer field. Their first machine was released in 1979 and was the TI-99 4. This was quickly replaced, and we're going to be talking about more the 4A, which added an improved keyboard and much reduced price. The commercial we have lined up to watch is one from a very famous personality at that time, talking about the TI-4A.
All right, let's see it, man.
Looking for a powerful home computer? This is the one. Texas Instruments home computer. With 16K memory, it can take you a long way. Want a computer with a lot of software? Oh, yeah, this is the one. The TI home computer gives you more of these software cartridges than any computer in the world. The whole world. So, with all the power you have here to run all the power here, this is the one. The home computer from Texas Instruments. This is the one.
I wonder if that thing came with a free coupon for Jell-O pudding.
You never know.
So what can you tell us about the 99 4 or 4A?
Well, I don't really have much information about the 4 at all, but the 4A was $1,520 at release, which would translate to $48.30 in today's money. It had their own microprocessor, the TI-99, which makes sense. They were a chip manufacturer. It would make sense to make your own chip. It ran on TI Basic, and there were 2.8 million units sold, which doesn't sound like a lot, but at the time that was right up there. That was pretty good.
Yeah, the chip they used in this computer was actually a scaled down version of a chip Texas Instruments made for mini computers. They actually were selling business computers at this time. So they took a larger system processor and cut it down since they were a chip manufacturer. Part of the reason they sold so many computers, I believe, is they got into retail and they also got into a price war with Commodore when the 4A came out. And they started ratcheting down the prices. So that launch price started going down very quickly.
Yes, you can get them on eBay now for $50 in working order.
Yeah.
Or at least a couple of years ago you could. But I'll bet it's still under $100 on eBay for a working unit.
Yeah. Fun fact here, my sister actually worked for Texas Instruments for a while as a salesperson inside of Service Merchandise. I don't know if you've ever heard of them.
I have heard of it, yes.
And they were selling this, and they came out with another little sort of portable computer with a one-line screen, sort of like the Tandy 100. And they started selling that, but that's when they also started failing.
I got you. Another neat thing about this is the sidecar feature. There were lots of things available for it, and you could just keep stringing them along. I've seen a guy with a setup with a dozen or more sidecars sticking out the side. But there was a speech synthesizer, which works halfway decent. Not every game had written that into it, but there were games that it works, and it's pretty neat.
Oh, one of my favorite games was Parsec, because it would speak to you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm guessing there was probably memory expansion, sidecars, who knows what else.
They also made a box that would sit behind this with a big ribbon cable that would plug in. And
I've seen that too, yeah.
You could either get individual sidecars that were memory, a disk drive, a printer interface, etc., or you could buy the box and it had cartridge slots in it that gave you, it actually was like peripherals, like in an IBM PC, and gave you slots, and it had a disk drive built into it.
Yep, I've seen both setups.
So Now, one of the things I noticed, I've seen both looking online, talking to people, and seeing what comes on eBay. There isn't a whole lot of vintage community for this. And the way how I justify saying that is the number of new things that you see for the TI-99 4A is dismal. I mean, there were a couple add-ons, memory expansion or a hard drive emulator or whatever, but it's not like you see for the Commodore, not like you see for the Apple, not like you see for the Atari. A lot more stuff. There's a lot more doodads for everything else, and not a whole lot of doodads that ever got made.
That's a shame.
I think part of it is what doodads are available are for that box. They're new cards that go in the box, and there just weren't a lot of those expansion boxes sold. So the community isn't as big. Hope you like this latest reveal on our advent calendar of retro computers. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up.
And if you want to keep watching, hit that subscribe button. And if you hit the bell, you'll get notified every time we have a new episode.
And if you haven't watched all of the videos in this series, there should be a link on your screen so you can go to our advent calendar playlist and see past episodes.